Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Virginians for Sports podcast. We have two very special guests with us today, Lilly Parrish and Robert, her father. And it's not Robert Parrish from the Celtics. This is two R's, in case you're wondering. He does look a little like Robert Parrish, but they're nice enough to join us today. And thank you guys both for being here. How's it going?
Good.
Going well.
Good. So first and foremost, Lilly, congratulations! You just graduated high school. Is that right?
Yes. Yes. Thank you.
That is awesome. I'm going to ask you this question, then I'm going to ask Dad. Did those 13 years go by fast, or did it take forever?
I think looking back on it, it went fast, but during the days it was really slow. But it did go by fast.
Yeah, lightning fast.
Yeah.
I
Now,
mean,
Dad.
yeah, lightning fast for sure. I mean, we were talking a little earlier, and you were commenting on my old Facebook picture of Lily and I. I mean, it just seems like, last year for me. I mean, the one thing that makes it go fast is all the ball we get to play through school and summer. So that made time fly by, and
Oh,
we just had BP earlier today, and she commented, "This is probably the last time we're going to do this, for the high school season." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm trying not to think too much about that, but yeah, it is flying by."
thanks for bringing it up. Right. So it's funny though. A friend of mine who had kids before I did said the best advice I can give you is cherish every moment because it goes by so fast. So here we are, graduated, about to go off to college, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. So, Dad, how proud of you of Lily? I'm just going to start there. And Lily, I promise you, most of this conversation is going to be directed at you. But we're just going to squeeze Dad in for a second. How proud of you of everything she's accomplished?
Oh my God, it's I'm almost speechless at times for the things that she's accomplished over these years, and how proud I am of her of that. She'll be the first to tell you, though. I'm the first one to point out the stuff she might have screwed up on, and I only do that to try to keep her level headed, because I mean, my God, some of the stuff she pulls off in a game or season, I'm like, yeah, not too many people are doing that, but I got to find something. I got. Okay, well, that one pitch you threw, it was, it's a little up there. So, but it's great, man. It's I'm more than blessed, and people that know me, that I'm not a huge religious guy, but I thank God every day for both my kids and the blessings that they've been able to achieve has been phenomenal.
That is awesome. Lily, how has your dad been through these years? And I'm kind of jumping around, so forgive me, but when he just mentioned he's got to find something that he has to give you feedback on, hey, your socks were pulled up a little too high today. Based on every stat I've seen, that might have been the only thing he could do. How has his support and Rachel, your mom's support, been over the years for you? How important has it been?
It's been really helpful because without them, I wouldn't be able to do the stuff I do, driving me to practice, taking me places to do extra reps and stuff like BP. I wouldn't be here without them.
Absolutely. Now, does Dad ever drive you crazy with that feedback?
Yes, I remember during season. It was probably about March, and we were playing a team that they weren't the best, and he said, in the fifth inning, you got to stay focused so you don't give up the foul balls that they hit. They shouldn't even touch the ball. So he's like, you got to stay focused and make sure you
I
don't
don't
give up the foul
recall that
balls.
flip.
Dad's mad because somebody got a bat on the ball. Now, come on, Dad. I love it. All right. So that being said, the extra inning softball national high school player of the week. Have you wrapped your head around that? That's national. You are the player of the week. How cool is that?
It's really cool. Yeah.
I mean, Was it a shock? Were you surprised? What kind of process went into that? Or that's crazy.
I was kind of surprised, but we played 4 games that week, and I performed well like in all 4 games. So I thought there might have been a shot. So, but when it came out, it was cool.
It's amazing. And before I go back to how you started playing softball, I just want to reflect on, or have you reflect on this season. If my math's right, and I didn't go to the greatest schools in the world, but I think you gave up 3 earned runs the whole season during the regular season. Is that sound accurate?
I think I know it was not a lot. So
Yeah, it was pretty low.
yeah.
I think she gave him a few.
Yeah, I know you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right with that. Once we got into the regional playoffs, a couple runs got around, but I think the one run she gave up was on that fourth game of the 4-game week.
Yeah.
And then prior to that, it had only been like 1 or 2. And that was early in the season against Midlow. I think Midlow got one on her.
And then New Kent.
And New Kent, of course, Hannah Tober, who you need to get her on here with Ed. She's a great ball player. She's going to UVA to play.
Yes,
and
sir.
she got one off a little. But we both had a smile about it because we've played with Hannah a long time, over the years.
Hey, a little friend-on-friend crime doesn't hurt. I mean, it is what it is. You're going to get it. I'm sure you've struck her out. So, sometimes it goes both ways. So how proud of you, Lily. You guys went undefeated in the regular season. That's right?
Yeah. Yep.
How amazing is that?
It's really cool. It's been really fun. Like, throughout my whole high school career, I think I've lost 1 game per year. So I'm kind of used to it, like not losing. I mean, it's always really cool to just like win every game and never have the feeling of like a loss. But it's been really fun this year.
Okay, so you're averaging 1 loss a season. That is ridiculous, but it's awesome at the same time. So, all right, take us back. When did you start playing softball? What age were you?
10, I think.
Yeah, I think it was 10.
10?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Flip. She came out, Flip. Our stories differ a little on this.
Yeah.
On the timeline, but
I have my own story of how I first started, and he has his own story.
Well, let's hear it.
So we were playing, back in the day, we played ball almost every night. But of course, once I had Lilly and then I had Miles, it was a little bit harder to play every night. And Lilly was right at 10, and we were warming up before a late game on Friday. And one of the guys on the team said, "Hey, Lilly, come out and throw with me." And that was actually Ginger's dad, Pops.
Okay. Pop, yeah.
And so Lilly went out there and was warming up with him, and he said, "Why isn't she playing ball?" I said, "Man, she's a dancer. She's danced till, to this point." And it was right after that game, Lilly said, "You know what, Dad? It's okay if you sign me up for softball." So boom, I signed her up in fall ball that year, and that's how I believe the story began. I don't know where Lily's going. But.
I want to know what Lily's saying.
So we went on like family vacations with some of our family friends. Do you know the McKeevers?
Who is it?
Yeah.
Well, so their son, he played baseball, and then one of their cousins, she played softball. And so when we were at the beach, they were going out to do some BP, and like all the kids were going except for me. Like I didn't want to go. And then he went, and he was like, "I'll get you Dairy Queen after if you go." And so I went.
So what's the timeline for those 2 stories? Are they close at least?
I think they're close. I think
mine was the summer before, and then his was like maybe like a month after.
Could have been. I know it was fall ball you started. Whether it was after the vacation or before the vacation, I don't know. But
all I'll say is Ginger's dad obviously has an eye for talent, because look, wow, you've been amazing. All right, so let's just say it doesn't matter whose story's right. We'll just live with both of those stories. You start playing softball. Where did you start playing? Was it travel ball? Was it Little League? What was it?
Little League at Atlee Little League.
Okay. And did you right away think I want to go pitch? Because pitching is, and I've said it before, it's an art to it, right? I mean, it's not like you can just go out there and start throwing pitches like you do. Were you playing in other positions when you started and then kind of gravitated toward pitching?
I started at first base because I was always like 2 feet taller than everybody else. Like I've been the same height since I was 10. So I started at first base, and then I think because of my size, they just threw me into pitching. I don't really remember.
Well, funny enough, I do remember.
Of course, let's hear it.
So yeah, we started her there at Atlee, and we played the first season in the fall. Then we started off in the spring, made all-stars for the first time, and her hitting wasn't up to par. I really hadn't worked with her much other than, some basic stuff, because to be honest with you, even though I played softball, I was new to the, girls softball side of things. And so basically from all-stars, the following season, she played Atlee again, got, a lot better and made all-stars again. And at the same time, we were just joining a Hanover sports travel team. And okay. we were playing in one of the first few tournaments there. And the coach, what was her name, Lil? Nicole Daly was the coach of that travel team. And, a couple tournaments in, pitching is always kind of suspect at that age. The girls are learning. Sometimes you can get a few good innings, sometimes you can't. So Lilly got worked into the rotation just out of sheer need at the time, really. And that first time she started playing, she was just a force to be reckoned with, even right off the bat. And everybody's like, you have to get her into lessons and start focusing her on pitching, because she's already at a point, far above, other kids her age. So we went right into private lessons, and, we stayed with that private pitching coach for, to a certain point. And then we felt a need for something a little more. And then that's how we got to one of the well-known coaches in the area of Jackie Gill, or Jackie and Rita Gilman. They're kind of real popular names in the pitching world around here. Yep. And Rita started working with Jackie for a while. And all this time we had changed travel teams to Virginia Unity. And within that, our time there kind of led us to another opportunity of a pitching coach who was a little bit more on
the collegiate level.
Yes. And that was Rick Pauley. And Rick Pauley, I would have to say, is one of the top coaches in this area as well. And I mean, there's people that come from all over the country to his lessons, and he goes to different seminars across the schools and whatnot. But Lily's been with him now for a few years, and I'm telling you, Lilly learned how to pitch with those previous coaches, or learned how to throw with those previous coaches. But Rick Pauley taught her how to pitch. And, if anybody's lucky enough to get in with that guy, you're on the right path.
So Lilly, did you take to pitching right away? Is it something you gravitated towards? I mean, because you're on an island out there, right? You are the one controlling the game. Is it something you enjoyed right away?
To be honest, I don't really remember. I mean, I'd have to say I enjoyed it, because I still do it to this day. Yeah. I always like the feeling of striking people out, so that's probably what kept me going when I was younger.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No, that's cool. So tell me about the learning of the pitches. So I would imagine you're just trying to throw strikes at first, a fastball, whatever the case may be. What order did you learn? And first of all, how many pitches do you throw?
4.
What was the order of how you learned those pitches?
Obviously fastball, change up was the second one. I've always played around with like a curveball, but I could never really figure it out. When I started going to Rick, I like really focused on a rise ball. I worked on that for months. So that's my third. And then this past fall, I added an off-speed drop.
Oh, as if it wasn't hard enough to hit you, you've added another pitch. Are there other pitches out there that you plan on trying to add as you go forward?
No, I mean, I'm comfortable with the 4 that I have. And
How about
I
a
mean,
knuckleball? Could you throw a knuckleball?
when I was younger, I used to practice throwing that, but my hands got like the ball got too big.
Yeah, yeah, I'm kind of kidding. I have a fascination with knuckleball, so it's pretty cool. So you've learned these pitches. Now you're pitching really well. You're kind of dominating. You're also a good hitter, though. I know. Now, Boom, you just mentioned that her hitting was a little suspect early on because like everybody's is, right? But have you developed? Do you enjoy hitting? If I'm doing my math, well, once again, my math's not great. You were in the high 300s this year, 370, somewhere around there. What? Yeah. Would you like hitting?
Yeah, I like hitting. It's fun when you're doing good, but when you're not doing good, it kind of sucks. Which, I mean, it makes sense, but I'll probably hit in college too, which is exciting.
No, that's cool. Do you think being an elite pitcher gives you an advantage when you're in the battle clash against other pitchers? I mean, let's be honest, other elite pitchers.
Yes and no. I mean, it's nice knowing like what the umpire is gonna call, like strikes or not. But like, I also like a lot of the time, like I'll watch their spin and be like, oh, that's not right, or like. But I mean, I don't really think it helps. I mean, it helps with the zone, but at the same time, hitting's hard either way.
No, I get it. So we got the repertoire pitches, and what's your favorite one to throw? Like, what's your strikeout pitch?
Rise ball.
Rise ball. That's the one where you're out of here. You set them up with everything else, and then you hit them with that, and it's over. Do you strike most people out swinging, or are they looking?
Swinging.
Oh, that's so fun. I mean, looking is well. I don't know. Looking's kind of cool. Would you rather strike them out looking or swinging?
Swinging.
Swinging. Yeah. Look, I'm sure I've seen video of you. Your changeup can buckle knees too, right?
Yeah, I think that's my second favorite pitch to throw.
Oh, I can only imagine. So let me ask you this: and I don't even know who the best players are on the Hanover baseball team. But what can I pick one that I know? Brady Elrod. If you put Brady in the batter's box and you threw 10 pitches to him, how many of those is he going to put in play? I'm not even going to say get a base hit. Just put in play.
2.
2?
Yeah.
I can't wait to ask his dad about that. That's good. No, that's awesome. So Coach Tommy Evans at Hanover, what kind of impact has he had on your career?
Well, my sophomore year, he came in mid-season, and he was just kind of like a calming voice for us. And then when he got the job, again, my junior year, I mean, he's just a really nice guy. Like, he's not going to sit there and yell at us and, like, for, like, mistakes we know happen. Because, I mean, we're all in high school. Like, we've been playing for years now. He just has a really good calming voice, and he's always someone I can talk to.
I got you. Pitching, and for folks who don't know, you can pitch pretty much every day of the week. Is that right? I mean, is there a limitation on how many pitches you can throw in a week? Let's just say.
No? It's because it's a natural shoulder motion. So like there's no limit like baseball.
That's amazing. The amount of scrutiny that's put on little boys in Little League, because I've got some in there around pitch count. It's amazing. It's amazing to me. Which is good though, right? Because you don't want Tommy John when you're early and all that good stuff. But that's pretty cool. All right, tell us about your recruitment. Who recruited you, and why did you pick UNC?
There was a ton of schools, a lot from the SEC, ACC, Big 12, some Pac-12 schools too. But I really wanted somewhere that was going to be close to home, had really good academics, and like their softball program was like obviously like well known and has like a good reputation. I chose UNC because obviously like their academics are crazy. And at the time I wanted to be a pharmacist. I've kind of changed my mind now, but they have the #1 pharmacy school in the country. So that definitely drew me towards it. And it's only 3 hours away from home, which I think is like a really good distance because like I don't want to be halfway across the country, but I also don't want to be like an hour from home. So
No, I get it.
yeah. And then obviously they're in the ACC, so a really good program. And when I committed to Coach Papa, who was there for 38 years, but she retired this time last year. And so I've gotten to know the new coaches, Coach Smith, Coach Lyon, and Coach Holub. They're really great people. They came from Marshall, and I'm really excited to go this year.
That's cool. That's kind of a tough little thing to deal with, right? So you get recruited, you commit, and then the coach that recruits you leaves for whatever reason, obviously a good reason this time, retiring. And now you have to kind of almost get re-recruited to because you could have easily said, yeah, I met the new coaches and been like, yeah, I'm good. I'm going somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously you built a good relationship. That's cool. Now, you gave me all those reasons. I can't imagine the guy sitting next to you with that hat had anything to do with this decision, did he?
Not really. I'll be honest with you. Look, I'm gonna tell you, Flip. When we went through the whole, fielding all the phone calls and hearing out all the schools that we did talk to, and when we got invited out to UNC, and they sat down and we had a great meeting with them, and I won't get into number amounts, but what was offered to her the first go around at the end of summer, and Lilly said no. And my wife and I, Rachel and I were like, oh boy, okay, well, I'm going to let her navigate this road herself. But honestly, there were some good offers out there, but Lilly decided on herself that she wanted to play the fall season just to make sure and have time to really think about her decision, because it's the first huge decision that these girls are making at this age, and obviously we're there to give our input, but ultimately it's her decision what she wants to do. And I didn't want any, like, if she had asked me what I thought, I would say, oh yeah, I think you should take it, but on the flip side, I'm just, this is your decision. If you want to take all fall, we're cool with that. We're not going to harp on you to make a decision when you're not ready to make a decision. So she went in and played the fall out. Actually had a couple of other offers that came in, but Lil was like, you know what? No, I think UNC is going to be the best fit. And so she made the call and told him we were on board. And then I was like, sweet, Duke, North Carolina game tickets. Here we go.
I was just going to say, you had to have been smiling from ear to ear when she said, I'm going to UNC. Like, that's
man. I was indeed.
What a beautiful campus, Lilly. You've been there, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know how people go to that campus and leave without wanting to go there. I mean, it's amazing. So you're looking, what's the one thing you're looking forward to? I mean, you're about to go into a different world, right? I mean, 3 hours from home, like you said, still academics, right? Still, it has to be important. But as a college athlete, and I've talked to tons of them, it's a different level, right? It's a different feeling. What are you looking forward to the most this fall?
Obviously, like the softball part of it, it's gonna be really fun. I'm excited for the workouts and having like a structured like workout program, but I'm also really excited for like the freedom I'll have and like getting to go out like on my own. Which he's probably not happy to hear, but
yeah. I mean, at that point, see, she's still 17, Flip. So that's what kills her. She'll be done with the first semester of college before she even turns 18, which is a little bit, I don't know.
Well,
it's the word, Dad.
I've been sure my whole life.
Robert, look, I'm sure you and Rachel prepared her for this step, right? As we all try to do as parents. And Lilly, you'll understand what your mom and dad are feeling one day, if you ever have a child that's going to go away to college, because it's this leaving the nest thing is a real deal. So that's good. So, Boom, I'm going to ask you a question. What advice would you give parents of stud pitchers, whether it's a softball pitcher, a baseball pitcher? It doesn't have to be a pitcher. It could be any kind of player. When it comes to that navigating that recruiting thing.
Well, I would certainly say the first thing is you have to feel like you can have a good relationship with the pitching coach. Like if you're already at that point, if you've made it to that successful point where you're being recruited to pitch, you got to have be able to have a good one-on-one with that pitching coach and know that you're going to be able to handle that kind of relationship, because sometimes there's some coaches that the way they talk to you, or it might not be your cup of tea, so and opportunity. Like one of the things that killed me, well, it didn't really kill me because we made it a point, both of us, that look, we're out here to play softball. That doesn't just mean pitch. Lilly plays the corners, Lilly hits, and she can pitch. So if she was looking for opportunity, and it didn't matter, like if she's not the best 9 on the field, then so be it. But she wanted that opportunity, and that's one of the things North Carolina was upfront with. Like, look, if you want to hit and you're one of the top 9, or if we need you in the field and you're one of the top 9 to play in the field, then the opportunity's there for you. So we never wanted to, just to take that straight where, our pitchers don't do anything else. Too much of an investment. We're worried about you getting hurt. And I've always been pretty free with letting Lilly do what she wants to do when it comes to stuff I would not recommend, like playing powder puff football. And I mean, because she's an athlete, wanted to play basketball, right? Had an opportunity to play this year for senior day on the basketball team. I'm like, no, you haven't played all year. And of course, one of the reasons is, my history. I blew my first knee out playing basketball and my second knee out playing football. So the two things that I would prefer her not to do, she wanted to do. So I'm like, look, I gave her my advice again and just said, all right, you make the decision you feel is right. So fortunately, well, I wouldn't say fortunately, but she had a little injury that caused her not to be able to be the quarterback for the Powder Puff game this year.
Powder Puff, yeah.
But she sneakily went out there and played center and still was part of the game. But anyways, we made it through.
She's got that dog in her, man. And when you say that, I don't mean that in a derogatory manner. We all see those athletes that they want to compete, right? And she wants to compete, man. That's awesome. That's a good a foreshadowing for what you're going to do at UNC, and we're excited to see it. By the way, even though this is a Virginia sports, my partners, my co-hosts would have hated that 10 seconds where I put that hat on. But it is what it is. You're born here, right? You've lived here. You played high school here. This is a Virginia girl right here. But she's going to take her talents to UNC. All right, Lilly, I'm going to do some what I call quick hitters. All right. Okay. So I'm going to ask you, I don't know how many questions it is, but you just give me a 1 or 2 word answer. Now, unless one of them really resonates with you and you want to give me a longer answer, it's totally fine. But you ready?
Yes.
All right, here we go. Favorite nickname? Because I've heard Stitch, Crash, LP. What's your favorite nickname?
Lil.
Lil. I didn't even hear that one. All right, that's a good one. All right. The beach or the mountains?
Beach.
Who was your favorite athlete growing up? Did you have one?
Him.
That's a great answer. No, that's great. That's great. That should be people's answer, to be honest with you. Give me the song that gets you the most hype right now.
Oh my gosh. Levels by Big X The Plug.
I love it. What's your favorite movie?
Oh my gosh. Pitch Perfect.
All right.
Or Mean Girls.
Oh, wow. You went the opposite. Okay. Or Mean Girls. All right. What's your worst fear?
Heights. I'm not really yeah.
I love it. All right. Describe your playing style in one word.
Humble. Oh,
Okay.
kind of.
All right. Kind of. All right. Last one. What's your dream job in the future?
Business owner.
Okay. I love it. I love it. All right. So thank you, first of all, for being on. That was awesome. I love hearing about how you started playing all the way up through you now going to college at UNC and dominating the ACC. And of course, boom, you and I will be cheering her on, not just because she's your daughter and I know her and she's been on this podcast now, but we've got, don't tell anybody, a little bit of UNC fandom in us. So thank you both very much for doing this. Lilly, any final words, any predictions for you for next year?
We'll say freshman of the year, ACC.
All right.
Yeah.
I love it. Hey, just for my partner's benefit, just don't beat Virginia and Virginia Tech too bad.
Okay.
It's all good. It's all good. All right, y'all. We appreciate it. Have a good one.
Thank
Just hang
you.
out for a second.